I am Dave Crowe and I am a beatboxer. Now the obvious thing for me to talk about would be beatbox. But it's been done on TED before by very impressive beatboxers. I'm not scared. I just would like to speak about something else. Freedom. The idea of freedom and what it means to me. And do a beatbox show in about 9 minutes. Here we go. Freedom is something that's fueled my entire life. Still does, and I think in a very roundabout way it brought me to this moment as well. Saying that, I would like to introduce myself the way I normally do. So, I'd like to get inside your head by introducing you to mine. If you want to close your eyes for the first section of this, it's a good idea. If you feel safe enough, of course. I mean that. If you want to close your eyes for the first section of this, it's a really good idea. You'll completely know the time to open your eyes. I promise you.
Feel it. Yeah. You feel it. Yeah. 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 You feel it?
It's a question.
Do you feel it?
It's a question.
Do you feel it? I understand it's morning and that you're Swedish, but...
It's no offense, I'm just using a massive generalization. I'll be more direct.
You feel it?
It's beautiful. I really didn't expect that. All right.
You feel it? You feel it? Me too. You feel it? Yeah.
The reason I did that is not because I'm as arrogant as you think I am. It's just because I'm out of breath. Need like 10 more seconds. Perfect. That actually has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about. But what it does is it bona fides what I'm about to say. Now, in the band that I play in, we played 189 gigs in 365 days last year. It's one every 2 days and some change. Which is why I look so convincing as a man in a boy's body. Now the reason that I tell you this is because the reason I tell you this is because it's my idea of freedom. This is mine. It took me a long time to acquire it, Essentially, there's a long way to go. At every one of those gigs, I said these words. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something to say, and it doesn't matter if you don't believe in what we say. It's always good to listen to another side of the story and reflect upon it respectfully. We are here to tell you, there's normally two of us, we are here to tell you that you are free, quintessentially and unequivocally free. Maybe not in your job, family, relationship, but in here, you are free. This is yours, and nobody can touch this. You can create realities and watch them unfold in front of you. You can do that. You do what you want, when you want, how you want, and with whom you want to do it. This life is your opportunity and the only one. It doesn't matter what you believe in. Nobody knows what happens to us after we die. So this seems to be our only chance. When you wake up in the morning, you ask yourself one question. Am I free in the way that I want to be free? If the answer is no, then why not? I've said that again and again, almost word for word. And time after time, it makes me think about what it means, as it should. As a teenager, after some amateur performances, I found myself specializing in dance. And I love to dance. Perhaps I love to dance because it was a precipice in my growth as a man. Or maybe it was because I got to look at myself in the mirror every day. Or maybe it was because I was the only man in a class full of women. Either way, I love to dance. I wasn't too good, but as my dance teacher said, I made up for it admirably with arrogance and enthusiasm. I had to further my education with a solo piece. I was successful, but I suffered an injury, so I spent a year in bed. During this year, I laid down the foundation of beatboxing, but it's also where I felt least free, captured by my body, held prisoner. In this incarceration, I made my plan, never to be trapped again. Now, important information is, as a dancer, I have the body structure of a laborer. That's a guy that lifts bricks. As a beatboxer, I have a 1 centimeter gap, oversized incisors, misshapen fangs. An earlier dentist of mine coined my mouth a nightmare. These are my lemons, ladies and gentlemen. Life biologically gave me a few setbacks. Instant progression and success is not something I am accustomed to, have been accustomed to, or will be accustomed to. When life gives you lemons, to me, life is a lemon. There's nothing in life that's easy. There's nothing that I'm going to say that's going to make that part of your life easier. Why? Because life gave you a load of lemons too. And you have to deal with those obstacles daily. My obstacles don't make your obstacles easy. What it can do is illustrate what I finally want to say. In that bed where I planned never to be trapped again, the problem was my mind. I'd done no cleaning in here. This place was a mess. So when my body gave up, I was left with this. And this thing tormented the 18-year-old me, to a point where I swore to fix this mind of mine, thinking that a stronger mind could lay foundation for the problems that would arise in life, as I knew they inevitably would. The power I found was the power of freedom. Freedom is the power to choose, the power to make mistakes, to say what you think and believe, and to have somebody else say what they think and believe. To be right and wrong, and to be safe and okay in that notion. In the dictionary it says, the power to determine without restraint. That's in here. Determine without restraint. Now I'm not saying that I'm free, or that I'm any freer than anybody else. Just that I'm looking for a freedom, and the ideas of it. In societies around the world where there is freedom, there's more positivity, there's better education, better functioning systems, more grouped activities, less fear, less aggression. Where there is no freedom, the opposite is true. We know this. But what I'm saying is it's possible. And because of its possibility, we, all of us, have a duty for the greater good and for other generations. And I think it's cool to ask yourself, is where I am where I really want to be? Is who I am who I really want to be? And it's all right to doubt yourself in life. It's totally part of it. Just ask yourself. Because the freer you all are, and we all are, the more of a representation we are for everybody else. And that's the best way to teach. And if there's one meaning of life after recreation, it has to be to pass on information. I'm going to finish with a quote. Because yet again, if I choose somebody you respect, it bona fides what I'm saying. So I would like to choose the mortal god of freedom, Nelson Mandela. He said, "As we let our own light shine, we automatically give people permission to do the same. As we liberate from our fears, our presence subconsciously liberates others. As we learn from that man, freedom is not easily obtainable, but extremely worth obtaining." I'm Dave Crowe. Peace.